face now!
Ooh,
Now!
That was very rude of you.
Get out of my face!
Do you want to go to jail? Sir, ma'am, I don't really know what to call you.
The anti-woke agenda is shaking things up. Politics, culture, and beyond. But how is it changing the world? Let's find out.
Sensational.
You believe pride parades are a good place for children?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I do, yes.
Okay. Yes, they are. It's turned into more of a family event over the years.
What did he say?
Off out of here.
What?
I hope you off out of here eventually.
We're having civil debates with people, man. There's no reason to be aggressive.
I don't know what you're dealing with.
Well, they agree with me, so there's no point in that.
Yeah, well, nobody agrees with you here, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I don't know what the point is.
My point is keeping all communities safer, not making communities more dangerous by getting rid of police.
Oh, you're wrong.
Okay, tell me how I'm wrong.
I'm not going to waste my time, okay? Because you're scum.
You're a very nice man.
Now, if they make it to the final, the girls will get $5,500 each. The blokes will get $69,000 each. Each! How can anyone justify this item?
They can't.
No.
I mean, the gender, I beg your pardon?
I can justify this.
How?
Why?
Well, I tell you what, stars don't get paid more money because, a sport doesn't become interesting because the stars are paid more money. Stars get paid more money because the sport is interesting. Let me ask you this. How many of you guys on the panel know who our Australian Matildas are playing in the quarterfinals?
Don't.
No, because you don't care about it.
Can men menstruate?
Yes.
Yes.
Any men who have a uterus could menstruate.
A man has XY separate chromosomes. I'm sorry, I'm being so rude. I apologize. But you're incorrect. Because we're talking about anatomy, biology. Like if you were to have surgery, they need to know what sex you are. So women, that's why she ran off.
No, I said I was crossing at the next flight.
This is very serious what's going on in America because they are indoctrinating students. They're indoctrinating students to go against their parents. And this is Marxism, this is socialism. I'm very familiar with it. And I want everybody to educate themselves.
Get the my face now!
Ooh, that was very rude of you.
Get out of my face!
Do you want to go to jail? Sir, ma'am, I don't really know what to call you.
You're done, man.
I'm done.
Police, you just insulted me.
Well, listen here, pal. I mean, you are gonna go to jail.
And I could tell the police to get you.
I'm vegan, so don't say that. Listen.
Told me, He-Man, you really get the out of my way right now.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
You do not have a release. I will sue you.
You're gonna sue him? Don't sue him, man, because we're trying to just.
I don't have you do not have a release. If you post this, I will destroy you. I will destroy you.
Just keep going on.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry, is everything okay?
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Listen, bro, how are we supposed to know that? You look like a man.
Hey, brother, you asked for the manager. What's the problem?
Yeah, I was called sir.
Are you Jane up? Show us your dick. You got a cock or not?
I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir.
Listen, bro, when you called before, I thought you were a guy. Okay, you got a deeper voice than me.
It just really sucks every time it happens.
What the fuck do you want us to call you? You don't have teeth. You're not a man.
I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir. It's like a knife in the heart.
A knife to the heart, that would hurt. Like getting kicked in the nuts, that would hurt. I'm sure you'd know about that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Do only white people have privilege? No, I mean, rich people have privilege. Yeah. So why do we only focus on like white privilege?
Probably because, I mean, the majority of the people that you see have privilege are probably white.
But do you think in other aspects that other races could have privilege?
Yeah, I think other races could have privilege. I mean, Kanye West probably has a significant amount of privilege. He's a billionaire, so.
Big force. Oh, you don't like the colour. Don't like the colour. Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Believe that we live in a patriarchy and it negatively affects women?
No.
No.
Yeah, so for example, men are more likely to commit suicide.
Yeah.
More likely to die at work. more likely to declare bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Women are far less likely to be in credit card debt, far more likely to graduate from college,
Yeah.
far more likely to get a high-paying job.
What's
People
a
that-
man and woman to you? What's the difference between them?
Well, a man you're looking at a man, and I think I'm looking at a woman, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Do you think height matters in a guy?
Yeah.
It does matter? Yeah. Since men can't change that, we're gonna judge you based on something you can change. So step on the scale.
Men are so funny because they'll be like, we're biologically stronger. We're stronger than women.
Well, in point of fact, they are. But I'm sure that one isn't saying that just to state the obvious. I'm sure that one has a point to make in regards to why one thinks that that is funny.
And then like one bad thing happens in their lives.
Oh, here we go. This little narrative.
Like, God forbid their parents get divorced when you're 12. Or like someone cheats on them and they're like, I'm actually never gonna recover. Actually, that's my whole personality now. And actually I'm gonna be mean to everyone in my life because of what Rebecca did when we were 17. And I'm like, yes, you're so strong. You strong man.
Who else noticed that delectable little bit of irony in which that individual has apparently failed to notice the ever-increasing popularity over the years of many individuals, and that includes women as well as men, using an event or events in their lives that they consider to be traumatic and making it the entire focal point of their entire life, if not the basis of their personalities. But I understand that it is absolutely so much easier to focus on men in these cases because that is what is popular, as opposed to noticing that individuals, instead of trying to heal from their traumas and learn from them, are allowing them to fester and grow and are not being able to heal from them.
I'm asking you, is your mother see you leave out the house like that? Because at this point, that's who I'm going to call. Your mother.
Call her. She's not gonna answer.
Well, somebody gonna have to come get you because you cannot be at school like this.
Why?
Because it's inappropriate.
What's inappropriate?
Everything you have on. No, everything you have on is inappropriate.
What we're all wearing is inappropriate.
Everything you have on is inappropriate.
It's a hot mess.
Clothes on. I got top and bottom.
Top and bottom. Top and bottom. You thought you was gonna come to school.
I thought I was gonna come to
your
school,
mother.
learn a lesson in my top and my bottom, and then let's like learn a lesson.
No, you ain't gonna learn a lesson in my class. The lesson is to put clothes on in the morning. When you
At some point, somebody's truth has to win. Because guess what? Your truth doesn't matter. That's still a truth
You've had
claim.
your truth in this country for the past thousands of decades.
Thousands of decades.
Not thousands. Whatever. That's a little embarrassing. But like your truth has been the narrative of this country forever.
Has
and
it?
you think
Roe
yes,
versus
the
Wade
white
just
straight
got
male
repealed.
truth.
Abortion was legal in this country for 40 years.
And before the 40 years, what was it? And crime dropped.
Thankfully
40%
illegal in most
after it went.
On top of that,
Oh wait, hold on. Do you think abortion lowers crime rates?
Crime dropped 40% after abortion became legal.
Why is that the case?
It's called a statistic.
Who has the most abortions in America?
Women.
Black people. Is that so? Are you trying to say the termination of blacks in the womb lower crime? That's a very racist argument.
That is not
okay.
You know,
Okay, actually, I want to see if this statistic is.
I can't hear you. You gotta come on. I'm sorry.
Okay, but there's a reason. There has to be.
Like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm with you on everything.
Okay. Yeah.
How dare you? You just really upset someone. Saying things like should be in an asylum.
I didn't say that. I just said if they want to identify as a cat or something, then they're like genuinely unwell. Then they've gone, yeah, they're crazy.
You were questioning their identity.
No, I wasn't questioning. I was just saying about the gender. I didn't say anything about them.
So where did you get this idea from that there's only two genders?
I just said my opinion. That is my opinion. If I respect their opinion, can't they respect my opinion?
It is not an opinion.
Yes,
it's not an opinion you can have.
Those people think there's only two genders.
There's only a boy and a girl.
Literally. There's no other private part. There's only two.
Gender is not linked to do with the parts that you were born with. Gender is about how you identify, which is what I said right from the very beginning of the lesson.
I just don't agree with that. So why should I have to listen
biological sex, there is actually three biological sex, because you can be born intersex. You can be born with male and female body parts or hormones.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, there's three. There's not 300. Doesn't mean.
Yeah, there's three. I'm talking about biological sex. In terms of gender, there are lots of genders. There is transgender. There is agender, people that don't believe they have a gender at all.
Yeah, but you can't have that.
You can't have that. It's not a law.
Yeah, but it's not a lot, but it's our opinion, we just don't agree with it. We just think it's all just...
If you have a vagina, you're a girl. If you have a penis, you're a boy.
Yeah.
But cisgender is not necessarily the way to be. You are talking about the fact that cisgender is the norm, that you identify with the gender of the sexual order that you're born with or you're with. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which is really despicable.
How? When it's
If I called my mum right now, my mum would kill myself.
If I called my mum, she'd say.
Well, that's very sad as well then.
How is it?
Loads of people agree with it. There's only a small majority of people who actually think that.
And why do you think we have so many problems in the world with homophobia?
Yeah, but
Because
that's
of
not
people
homophobia, that's gender.
Yes,
I'm
it
fine
is.
with lesbians and gay people. I've got nothing against them.
But gender there is a link between it, and you're saying that people can't change
No, they
who they want to
can't.
be.
They can't. Unless you
You're
get a
so
penis
wrong.
attached. No, I'm not.
You're confusing sex and gender.
No, I'm not though. Because if
Yes,
you have a
you are.
vagina, you're a girl. If you have a penis, you're a boy.
Yeah, you can't have a vagina and be a girl, but then
Gender
Unless
is
you
about-
get separate, even then,
Gender
because
is
you've got
about
those genes.
how you identity,
I
how
just
you
don't agree with it.
identify.
Yeah, it is
But it's
not.
not an opinion
Yes,
that we
it is.
express in this
Yes,
school.
it is.
No, it's not. And if you don't like it, you need to go to a different school. So
I did go to a
I'm
different
reporting you to Miss Willis. You need to have a proper educational conversation about equality, diversity, and
I ain't
inclusion.
doing it. My mum
Because
said
I'm
I
not
hate that.
having that expressed in my lesson. When I'm teaching you about you can be who you want to be,
Everyone else
how
thinks
you
it.
identify is up to
So
you.
Everyone else thinks it, they just don't say it because then all
Yeah.
this happens.
Maybe because they're polite and maybe they're sensitive.
I haven't said anything in all of the lessons I've been in. It's just because they turned around and started saying something. So I said, how can you identify as a cat when you're a girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
they're now writing a statement. I would imagine that you'll be asked to write a statement as well.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
Guys, I'm literally shaking for no fucking reason. I was just misgendered by this person I was helping at work on repeat, and for some reason I couldn't correct him. I don't know why. I just every single time he called me man, I just didn't know what to say back. Anyone else?
Should squatters have rights? Not as in human rights, but squatting rights. It's been conflated a lot today, so I just wanted to make that clear.
I think we should abolish private property.
What? Really?
Yes.
You don't think anyone should be able to own property?
I think that as things exist, squatting should be allowed because people own property. Property shouldn't just sit empty, and if they are, they should be seized by people who need them. We should work towards a world where people can have housing that's not based on how much money you have or how much access to capital or resources. It should just be a basic resource. And so if squatting is a means to obtain that necessary right, that intrinsic dignified right, which is not a human right, but access to housing is. And squatting as something that's illegal, I think the legality of it should be usurped for the necessity of access to material resources like housing.
Hi, my name's Knox Zajac. I'm 11 years old and I go to Wyndham Middle School. I'm a 6th grader. I was in the library and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a... We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
Oh boy. So I'm that kid's
you're good.
father.
Okay, good. I was asking for you.
Yeah, I'll take another 3 minutes. So that's my son.
Okay.
11 years old, and went to his library and found that by the entry door of our library. This is the smut that he is finding, all right? I don't care whether it's gay, straight, bisexual, whatever the terms are for all this stuff, doesn't need to be at our school. Doesn't need to be at my 11-year-old's library. And then as far as genderqueer, I've got a son in the high school as well. And this is bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck dick, all right? I'm very, very frustrated about it, okay? And you may think that schools know the best for our children. You know who know the best for our children? The parents. And if you remember this, I was here last year talking about masks, and I even offered you proper usage for a mask, and you said I was bullying. And you know what I would like to say to everybody right now? Where are we a year later, and what has changed why you don't wear your masks right now? So what has changed in the medical field that is showing you that you don't have to wear masks now? So like I said, listen to the parents. I can tell you right now, I don't work anymore, and I will be more than happy to focus my time and effort to the security of my child and children in this school, all right? I will be a thorn in your sides. So I just want you to be aware of what you've woken, okay? I'm sure that a lot of you guys are fine and great people and have nothing but the best intentions for our children. But by the fact that this has to take 4 months for a school to get this book out of the library is ridiculous. The parents are here right now and they're speaking, and you need to listen and do something about it quickly.
Look, I've been a vegetarian my entire life. Like since I was a little kid, I've never one time tried meat. And I'm about to try it now for the first time. She just convinced me. She said that Asian Zing was like the... I don't know if I can do it, dude. This was alive. Like,
How many guys do you reckon you tricked into believing that you were born a woman when you were trans?
I think about 50 people, 50 guys.
You tricked them into having of you presenting as a woman?
Well, you can call it tricked, but in my train of thought at the time, I was just so adamant on the fact that why should I have to tell guys that I'm trans before I sleep with them? Like, why is it that important? But then once I came out as trans and realized how much it had traumatized about 5 guys that I was getting threats from, I then realized, wow, what was I doing? Like, I was doing it wrong. But because I never had trans women around me to really educate me and tell me what to do.
Wait, was you just thinking, if I don't tell him, he doesn't ask, then...
Who cares? Like, how will he ever know? Because I wasn't going to come out as trans. If I never came out as trans, nobody would ever know.
So they can't tell once they have you?
No. There's one guy that could tell. I don't know how, but maybe he slept with other trans women. But he was like, is there something you want to tell me? And I was like...
Well, was he inside you when he said that?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? No. He was like, are you sure? And he just carried on. And then he like... He like come and then we like chilled for a bit and then he left.
Well, so you don't know if he actually knows.
He knew. That's what he was talking
like
about.
He realised once he was inside.
I reckon he probably knew anyway, and he was like, "Do you want to tell me? Because if you do, then I'll respect you more." But at the time, I was exploring myself. I used to get guys over from Tinder loads.